I had this like realization, what if I never find a city that I actually want to live in? And then when I was planning my giant 3-month 48-state journey over the summer, I kind of stumbled upon van life, and I realized like, oh, I don't need to actually live anywhere. I can just take my home with me. It was really easy to transition into life on the road. It felt really right. It felt like the right thing to do, and it felt like it made a lot of sense for the type of person that I am, because I'm not a person who does structure very well. Being in a new place every single day worked really well for me. It didn't feel like it was too big of a jump because I just love travel. I love being in new places, so it felt really right. Hi, my name's Halle. This is my van Sequoia. She's a 1997 Dodge Ram van converted from a handicap van. Just got her a few months ago, so I guess let's go check it out. So welcome to the kitchen. This is my gigantic fridge. It doesn't hold as much food as you think it would, but it definitely helps. I was living in a Kia Soul for 3 months and I just had a cooler, so it's really nice to not have to buy ice anymore. And this runs on my solar power, but for some reason it only turns on when the inverter's on, so that's interesting. But up here I've got my like fruit pantry basket, which is super convenient. I've got, you know, snacks, onions, all the essentials over there. Over here I've just got my sink, which also is running on the solar. So I've got a 5-gallon water tank under here. Wish I had a little bit more water, but it definitely does the job. Over here I've got my stove. So this will be running on propane, just flips up like this. And it doesn't have a self-igniter. I have to ignite it with a lighter, but super convenient for cooking, and you get to kind of cook with a view because I've got the window back there. So that is the kitchen, other than storage up here. So this is my like storage system counter, which is also awesome because it gives me a little bit more counter space for cooking, so I can do all my prep work over here, cook over there, dishes over there. Super convenient. Up here is kind of just my like tech drawer, so I've got all my like wires and extra stuff. You know, Halle's Wandering Soul stickers live in there. Down here is just more kitchen storage, pots, pans, tea kettle, you know. Spices live in there because I don't have like a spice rack yet. This is my like super disgusting, disorganized bathroom drawer. And then over here I've got my t-shirts, which is like literally filled because that's all I wear. But that's a lot of my clothing storage because the closet isn't that big. Down here is food. It's like this little pantry thing, which was built like this because there's a wheel well underneath this drawer, so it couldn't be like an actual drawer that slides out. It needed to be something a little bit different, so it's just this convenient little pantry drawer here. And then this is actually not a drawer at all. This is a cabinet because I have a toilet. So that was one of the essentials when moving into the van, because living in the Kia Soul, I found myself like looking for bathrooms a lot more often than I wanted to. So I figured I've already done the van life thing without a bathroom. I want to have a toilet this time around. Okay, so I've also got this like big picture window, which is super nice, especially when I'm just like chilling in bed, getting some work done. It adds a lot of natural light. And then I've also got these shelves up here that I built the same way as I did in the kitchen, which are right now on my bookshelf, and just some extra like hiking gear and blankets and all that fun stuff. And then I've got these outlets here, which were actually built with a USB connector, so I don't always have to have like an actual plug to plug in my phone. It's super convenient. That way I can charge my laptop and my phone at the same time, and those all run on the solar. All right, so this is the closet here, which is amazing for storage. This is where I hang all of my like jackets and sweaters and that kind of stuff. I have a pair of boots in there and the towel, and then I've got just like socks and underwear and all that fun stuff in there, but it's really good for just hanging things and kind of having everything out of the way. and that shuts with a magnet. Sometimes it doesn't stay shut when I drive, but you know. And then up here I've got more of that just like shelving storage that I made. So I found these like cool little bins at Target for $3, which was amazing. And these hold all of my like camping gear, hiking gear, like water bladders. I've got my hammock up here, stuff like that. So this is actually one of my favorite parts of the van because I've had this storage trunk since I started university a few years ago. This has a sticker from everywhere I've been since I graduated high school, pretty much, missing a few. But this is really special. It traveled the whole country with me, and now it's where I keep a lot of my clothes, so that's really convenient and fits somehow exactly perfectly in this space. So welcome to the bedroom. This is, you know, the sanctuary, the area where I sleep. It's a little bit short, so I tend to sleep kind of diagonally, but it's a memory foam mattress, so it's super, super comfortable. I've got 3 blankets on here. This one's actually from Sopchem, Laos, so it's a very special, the green blanket here. I've got some extra warmth up above, and then just pretty stuff. My cousin gave me these prayer flags when I was visiting her in South/North Carolina. They live on the state line last year, so those are really special. They traveled the whole country with me in the Kia Soul, so I felt like I had to bring them into the van as well. Okay, so this is the garage. It's a little disastrous currently, but it's where I keep pretty much all my extra stuff. So I have actually some tents over there for if I ever have a guest and they want a tent camp, because it's a little tight. If they did want to sleep in the van, they'd have to just like have a sleep pad on the floor, which might not be the most comfortable. And then I've just got extra like bottled water, chair, spare stove because you never know. And then just some drawer storage. I keep my propane here, and then this is like car repair stuff. Because she is an older vehicle, I like to keep my jumper cables and some extra oil with me at all times because you never know, especially when you're out in the desert like this. So right now I am a freelance writer, so that's my primary job. I pick up writing or editing jobs from pretty much everybody who asks. I mostly find my jobs through Upwork, so that's just a platform to connect clients with freelancers, and so I do a lot of like blog post writing or editing jobs or copy editing, which is not fun, but it pays. But I also have my own blog, so I have some like affiliate codes on there, so that does help to bring in just a little bit of extra cash along the road. I honestly bought the van kind of with no plan. I just knew I wanted to travel full time. If you're thinking about doing van life and you've had it in your brain to travel full time, honestly, try it out, and if you fall in love with it, do it, because it's gonna be the best decision of your life. You'll feel so free and you're gonna have amazing, amazing adventures. So definitely listen to that call that your soul is telling you. You can find me at Halle's Wandering Soul on pretty much any social media. Halle spelled H-A-L-L-E. But yeah, so I'm at Halle's Wandering Soul on Instagram, and then everything else, it's got an apostrophe except for the URL, which is halleswanderingsoul.com, which is my travel blog. I focus on solo female full-time travel. So thank you guys for coming along and checking out my tiny home. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, thanks. Make sure you subscribe.